Greetings everybody, Thetymix here. Welcome back to Let's Play Motorsport Manager, Surging Absurdity. And it's time for race 4. We're a quarter of the way through the season. They solid, but not exactly spectacular lead over Spartan, who it appears is our closest rival. Atsuno and Hammer essentially tied for third. And yeah, so Munich is up next. Take a look at our mail real quick. And 12 hours, less than usual. Let's see what Channel 6 has to say. Holgerson beaten by Hashimoto. Would you consider bringing her in next season? Perhaps, but it's a little early to be talking about silly season. So our driver's not too happy with that answer, but they'll get over it. And Hashimoto wins the thriller over Lori again back in Sydney. Okay. So, yeah, I've got to decide. What am I missing here? Oh yeah, the brakes. They're telling us that the brakes finished. And that's our last brake build. So before we even do the repairs, I want to design more parts. Now, the engine, we don't really have enough money to really go hard after an engine. But I'd like to get the suspension up. Only thing that we actually aren't best at right now is the suspension. So, they're not that expensive. They do take a little bit more time. But they're actually, you know, cheap, the cheapest part. So let's take a look at this. And of course, we'll just want to take, not take that 50K expense. And take that tiny bit off that we're going to get time-wise. 0.3 days, but hey, it's 0.3 days we didn't have before. So we're going to work on building up the suspensions. And there's our repairs. So let's check in on the factory. And here we've got, let's get our parts in place, because we did just finish the brakes. So we're going to want to go up there. And I want to make sure Bags has the best of everything. I think I've already done that, but I just want to double check here. And it looks like, yep, he does. We want to max out the reliability on that brake system, and then everything else, well, let's just see how much that's going to take first, for one thing at a time, because I think we've got, yeah, we've got everything else reliability that is totally at the best it's going to be. 13 days for the race, so we don't need everybody in there. Looks like about there. So we can put about 2/3 of the staff into improvements. And let's see, who's... Yeah. West is the best for performance. Okay, so what do we want here? Well, we want the gearbox, the brakes, and the suspension all to be boosted for this race. Gearbox is already at the best it can be. So let's throw the suspensions in there. And our new brakes. And that's already going to take up everything. So I don't want to put anything else in there. Just boosting the crucial parts to their maximum performance. And that should all work well for us. We'll want to adjust this periodically. We'll just pause and take another look. And 49 minutes afterwards. So we're just going to continually wanting to adjust that bit by bit. And we will get most of the improvement on these parts. You can see the brakes already up from 420 to 429. And here's some other races. Munich in the GT Challenger going by. Let's get that suspension done. Take another look then. But of course we're going to want to build a new one. No component there. See, we've got plus 40 to max. These risk level ones we're not going to want. The red zone is going to be a big one for us. We're going to want this. And that's a long one, but we're going to want that too. So we're going to want at least 3. And let's see what happens. And this is going to be locked. So I think that we just want the 3. Because we're not going to want plus reliability minus speed. Forget about that. So I think we're going to want these 3 right here. So we need to build this as another test one. And then after this one comes in, it's going to take a long time, but with the plus 5 days thing. But we're going to want to put those 3 into 2 new suspensions. So I'm thinking about the middle of the season is when we're going to get these actually out on the track. And look at us, number 1 now. Oh, we're still 3rd, even though we're like barely behind Atsuno and Hammer. And we've got more work to do anyway. Okay. And able to tick this down just that one little bit more. Oh, we have a problem. Let's take a look at Munich first. 43 laps, 3 miles. Fairly average or slightly above distance. Brakes are huge here in Munich. And of course, we just upgraded ours. And we're working on improving them. So everybody's going to be happy about that. Soft and medium tires. Server problems. Chairman wants us to upgrade the servers. And, you know, we sort of have the money to afford it, but I don't think we need to worry about the chairman's happiness. Because that's the only consequence here, is that the chairman's not going to be happy. And you can see that he's just, you know, he's as happy can be. So we can afford to take the hit. That's a nice thing about really being on top of making him happy, is that we can afford this. We'll just go ahead and take the hit. Mia Holgersson excited about our gearbox in terms of starting the race out of corners and just, you know, acceleration being outstanding for us. Okay, I think I want to check this every 3 days now, so I want to do it again here. 0 minutes after race, but that is after the race. Let's just do that 2 hours before. Okay. And then the UKSN is talking about various things. Wolfhagen tipped to have a great time. GMI Insider said they'd be amazed if Mia Holgersson doesn't walk away with a top prize. Glad to hear that. Mia Holgersson also delighted at how the start of the season has gone. And now we're basically, everybody's just saying, look, Wolfhagen's got to win. Wolfhagen's the best. So that's obviously a good sign for us. Let's see if we can make that hold up on the track. And again, we're going to have to continually be adjusting our pit strategy as we get stronger. Can we? Yes, we can dip it down because it will be 8 minutes before the race. And there we go. Reliability work is complete. And now everything's going to be into performance. And of course, we only got a couple weeks left, so probably before the next race after this, we'll actually get that staff center. I don't think that'll be a big help to us, but it might be some. Okay. And now for this race, we've got an increased value of Wonderluck. Now, if we get first or second in either the race or qualifying, because they give us a bonus 2 races in Germany that doubles it. So if we manage to do that, then we definitely would come out ahead. Because even if we only do 1, we get 650k versus the 450 from here. I think our chances of getting first or second in the race are good. So I actually want it for this race. I want to go with the Wonderluck. Could potentially get us some more money. Okay, we're expected to get first with Holgersen and second with Bags. So that would be outstanding if we could pull that off. The other thing is, it's in the low 20s for practice, 20 degrees for qualifying, heavy rain, so be pulling out the wet tires for qualifying, it looks like. But then it's going to go down to 14 for the race. And I'd like to have like super softs and what available is only regular softs. So we're definitely going to be going with those. The mediums, you know, it's just too cool to want to use those. Okay, so let's take a look at our weight stripping. Of course, everything will be the same for both cars. With 3 crucial parts, we're only going to be able to boost it by 285 this time. Now let's get set up here. Big difference in the cornering we can see from the 2 drivers. Do a bit more there. That looks about right, frankly. I don't know if we need to adjust the other 2. Soft tires. And I think we can get about 24, 25 laps. This could potentially be one where we could go for a one-stop race. Maybe. We're going to have to watch that closely. And then for Bags, I'm definitely going to want to do some more acceleration and understeer to get him where he wants to be. And soft tires as well. And we can see also, by the way, if we look up here, Holgerson's still close to 4 stars. Hasn't reached her potential yet. Bags is already down to just over 3. So you can see, just in a few races, again, the big drop there. Race trim, sure, why not? You want qualifying? I'm going to switch you to race as well, even though you've got to stick in the pits. I just really want to get qualifying, or rather race trim, and the soft tires up. Then we'll worry about everything else. Now, you can argue that, well, you should have sent them out for the 1 lap of qualifying, and then you save the 10 seconds, you bring them back in for the, you know, for the whatever changes he's going to have to make. But, I mean, what if he happens to be sitting pretty well? Yeah, so used to do it that way. I'm sort of just adjusting now to just wanting to go with, particularly in this challenge, wanting to go with just getting the race trim and the tires up. And yeah, you can see that the soft tires are heating up, but it is 22, not 14 like it's going to be on race day. And Holgersen happy with the speed balance. Bags wanting better handling. And I'm just going to leave everybody out there and just make their adjustments when they come in. And seems to be split fairly even between soft and medium here. No sign of any wetness coming. Holgersen looking quite strong and Bags looking solid. Be really nice if Holgersen has a better weekend, because she could really do excellent if so. With a strong car now, and you know, if her form stays high, wants more ballast in the front. So definitely not particularly happy with how things are going. And there we go. 139 is, you know, that's a significant distance around the track, which is a real good reason not to go crazy with bringing everybody in. And we're looking pretty, a little bit above average in the early going, not burning up the track for sure. Okay, Holgersen wants more acceleration. You can see we hit level 1 just after the timeline. So I don't think we're going to hit level 3 anyway. But our only shot at it, I think, really is use up your entire time on the track, come in and make basic changes, go back out again. We probably still don't make it, but that's the only shot that we've got to hit level 3s here. Definitely not going to get any qualifying, any, you know, stuff going on with other tires. That's just not going to happen. So Bags wanted the weight adjusted, I believe, forward. He wanted stiffer handling, more understeer. Holgersen wants more acceleration. I want to try to remember those things as she moves up to second best. And again, it's Hashimoto in the lead and then extending that lead now. As the track grip increases, we're just over halfway, both in time and in the bonuses for the trim that we're looking at. Hashimoto up to 8.6 and only 4.7, or excuse me, Holgersen's up to 8.6, which is tops in the field. Only 4.7 for Hashimoto, while Bags is hanging solid, 5.5. Looks like the tires have just enough to make the 4 laps without doing anything crazy. We're 3rd and 9th. There's level 2 coming in a little bit before 5 minutes, so I think with reasonably quick changes that we're just going to make the level 3 here. Okay, cornering is right where we want it. Wanted more acceleration, and that's really the only major change we're going to make. Very poor, she says. I'm going to stick it there. This is close enough. I'm only going to make that one change. That way you're only in here for 5 seconds. Just a big change to those gear ratios and get back out there. And poor, and good. So Holgersen was at 75 and we're at 70. Here. You wanted more understeer? The speed, probably going to want it on the acceleration side. Boy, I don't know if we can satisfy all of those things. But let's just try that. See how this goes. And again, we'll make adjustments in the qualifying, first qualifying session. So it looks like Bags just might want, like the perfect setup for him might be extreme enough that we can't quite get there. Which does happen every once in a while. The car does have limits. But Holgerson looking a lot more, and it's possible he just wants something different, and we'll have to... We should have a good idea, though, which direction at least to go in after this last little bit here. So we're well into the last set that we're looking at on the race trim. Yes, indeed I did. I'm glad that you're liking it out there, Will. So we continue to be off the pace set by Hashimoto. That's for sure. And Holgerson now sliding to 4th. Was well off her best time there, but she loves the cornering balance. It was great before. Okay, Bags doesn't like his handling. So he wanted us to stiffen it up, and he was wrong about that. And there we go with 13 seconds, 12 seconds, somewhere in there to go. We hit our race trim and our soft tires. So we'll at least have the tire bonus for qualifying. And then both for the race. Okay, so... Boy, Bags had a good last run, and then others leapfrogged, so we end up only in 5th and 7th, and not that big of a distance between them. We are significantly off the pace, though, but really only Hashimoto and Cruz on competitive up there. See if we can improve this. Crazy, often awesome driver lineup this season. Walter Hoffman, you are amazeballs. Yeah, I didn't sign him, and Bags is not crazy awesome, but thanks. And they think that we were lame. Well, let's see. Heavy rain not making itself present, at least yet. We're looking more like partly cloudy, partly sunny at this point. Soft tires, you know what, just in case it gets wet, why not take that? And then just the soft tires here. Okay, so excellent, good, and good. adjusted. We want a little bit more understeer than on the handling. Let's try bringing back the acceleration a little bit. Now I want to use medium tires here just until we get this dialed in, and then use maybe the used soft ones for a good run at the end. I want to conserve the tires as much as I can because we're going to need them later for the later rounds of qualifying. Okay, so let's go medium. And we just want to do a going out and coming back in. We want more understeer. And let's see. Something like that is at least worth trying. And then handling was poor and became good, so I think we just want lower speed. You want more oversteer, so you're going to want about near the top end of that, frankly. And then a little bit more acceleration. Yeah, we can bring that back to maybe here. That right there is just worth a try, I think. Let's go. You send both of you out right away, and I don't care what happens with your tire temps, because you're both just going to go out and come back in. And let's enjoy our glorified practice lap. And then it's going to rain anyway. So that could really impact our ability to get a decent qualifying time, now that I think about it. But we're going to hope we're going to get in the top 15 without that. It is going to cool off. The thing is, they're going to be driving with, you know, dry weather tires in water. So hopefully that means, yeah, because it's already starting to get a little bit wet before we even get. Okay. Well, we're happy there. So maybe just in between here. But then what about the acceleration? Very poor, good, and then poor. So we definitely want the acceleration near the end of all this. Put it all the way out there. And I don't know that we can do any better than that. Just because I don't think we can get the acceleration, the handling and the acceleration that that you want. Well, you know what? Why don't I? Yeah, because I can't put that out there any further. So yeah, I think I just want to stick with that. Now it's going to get wet here. You know what? Let's try a set with inters, and then maybe we'll try one with wets later. Let's just get a time. Let's just get a time. Now, 98%. You're not going to need as much change, obviously. The only thing we might want to do is tweak the handling slightly. So let's Yeah, let's just do something like that. And then we'll get you out quicker while Holgerson spends her time doing changes. We just want to see where we're at on the handling for bags and try to get that locked in. Maybe get a 99 if we can, but be happy with 98. So it looks like bags is going to be the hardest problem with getting everything where we wanted it, and it isn't. It looks like that honor is going to belong to Holgerson, being the difficulty with the setup. Very curious to see, like, since they're running their laps on, you know, significantly wet tracks, how our times do compared to the cars that are going out there. But that we'll just have to wait and see on. Let's cool off Hashimoto a bit. Come on, get up there. Get up there. Not quite. Okay. Well, I did end up sending them out just a little bit too close together. So yeah, you can see 140. I mean, obviously that's not good. But Bags looking significantly slower. And look, everybody else at least a second behind, these several seconds. We don't have to, you know, finish with world record here. We just have to get in the top. Looks like it's going to be definitely inners, but we just have to get in the top 15. I would assume this one try should do it. And Bags actually comes in first because he had the right tires for the situation. Holgerson comes in second. So I'm gonna rest with this and just try to tweak the setup then. See if maybe we can get another start and stop in. Thinking we probably can before this is over. And Bags down to 96%. Okay. Well, let's start there. Try that. Now let's try that one. See how that goes. See if that makes things any better at all. Holgerson, what do you say? Back up to 91. Excellent, great, and good. I just don't see... Yeah. I don't see any way to improve this. I don't see any way, and this is the first time I've run into it being this low. But, you know, these are about where we want them, and I can't get acceleration. Now the question is, I think I'd like to trade this to an excellent if I could trade this for an excellent. So if I could... Still might be able to do it just with this. So if we move this all the way out here... Yeah. I think that's probably better. Let's find out. I still don't think I'm going to get it like perfect or anything, but maybe I can get it up to like 95. Something like that. That certainly would be better. Yep, and we're just going to do another start and stop, everybody. And it looks like almost everybody is done for the day. They're basically saying things are what they are. And we're just going to deal with it. Stefansson's going out, but on wet tires, that's not going to get him anywhere. Parisi, really about the only driver with a chance to do anything. Bags going down. So Holgerson's still looking good this weekend. Bags, not so much. Conditions are what really got him his time. Now, what do you think? I think it was worse, he says. 92%. That was good. This was great. So maybe I want to try to go a little higher on the handling. Okay, try to adjust that again for the next round. And we're out of time. I can't even look at hers. We've got 3 drivers out there trying to do something. Let's take a look at Parisi. Definitely looks like fast enough to get in, like not catch us or anything, but fast enough to get in the top positions there. Yeah, Parisi's up to 8th. You can see Edwards and Wood getting up there too. So for all of them, it paid off to make another run. But weather aided, we get the top 2 spots. So Alessandro Cruz from Hammer crashing out. Sophie Sevilla from Spartan crashing out. All good news for us there. A couple of our key rivals not getting the job done. And they'll start at the back of the field. And it's saying beautiful weather. So much for the rain. Yep. 18, 19 degrees for qualifying. Okay, so excellence across the board and 98%. I didn't expect that to happen. Wow. So, okay. Moving the tire camber over all the way to a ridiculous angle. Got everything where it needed to be. Well, I want to minimize tire use, so I want to send her out once towards the end of qualifying. Get her in the top 10. That shouldn't be a problem. What about bags? Well, him we need to adjust. And I think we wanted to make the handling just slightly higher here. Yeah. Because we make it, yeah, it went a little bit lower that way. So I want to see what happens if it's just a tad higher. Let's see, where is that compared to? Okay, it is. Okay, that is a little bit different. Okay, so yeah, this has a chance of being just that little bit better and getting the 99. And then if this doesn't work, we say, well, we tried. So I think we want to go out on the mediums with him and then just run a soft later on once we see what this does. So the weather is looking good. We'll definitely want to keep a sharp eye on that, but I think we just want to go out second half of the qualifying session then. Probably something like 4 minutes, you know, give ourselves plenty of time to finish. And Holgersen at 7.2, Bags was at 5 and dropping. So it looks like he's in a decent pocket, although he definitely has cars in front and behind to be a little bit concerned about. You will. Your setup's looking great, so we don't need to be in a hurry. And of course, there's always the problem, well, what if I end up with Bags starting the race on medium tires, because this is qualifying too. Well, I mean, if he sets a better time on medium tires than he does on softs, then okay. But I still think, you know, it's probably best for me to just do the start and stop and completely avoid that problem. So I'll just do that. Just give me a reading. What do you say? You say 98%. Because that's okay. But then you bump this one down too far. So we need to get this one down a hair. Yeah. Boy, I think I'm just going to stick with it as it is. And I am a little bit more concerned with Bags than the others, so I'm just going to have him go second, or Bags and Holgersen. I'm going to speed this up just to get us through the rest of this until it's the time that I want to make my run. Nope, you can't. Not yet. In a bit. Chill out. Be patient. Gabler at 137.5, setting the mark to beat. Okay, we might have a lot of traffic here, but let's do this. We're going to send out a second set of tires for Holgersen. You're down to 6, but you're still doing pretty well. Let's see if you can compete there for those top spots. Probably get a better sense of what our pace is at now. I think about there is probably a good gap. So both drivers are going to have 4 sets of tires left. 1 for the qualifying and 3 for the race. I might be able to go with 2 for the race, but I don't want to do that. So I'm thinking 1 for this. Nope, get back up there. 1 for the qualifying 2, 1 for the qualifying 3. And, well, no, you're going to start. I keep forgetting you're going to start on one of these tires. So I should be able to run 2 in the second qualifying. Because these tires right now are the ones we're going to start the race with if we finish in the top 10. Yeah. So we're going to roll with that. It takes almost 2 minutes to get around to starting the lap. You figure the taxi time out and the speeding up once you get on the track. So and there's bags. So we're not going to want to go out any later than 3 minutes for our second time once we get to the final round. Now Holgerson ahead of the pace so far by a tenth. Stays ahead by a tenth with a good enough, if not overly impressive, second session or sector. Coming around to the finish. Not happy with fourth as she screws up that final segment. What about Baggs? Is our veteran, aging, falling apart driver driving badly today? Is he going to be able to get there? He does not. He is 11th, and he can go take a seat. You know, I was afraid of that. So close. And look at him and Tanaka. Now, he was literally less than 100th behind Tanaka, although then they improved their time. But still, he was close. So from now on, I'm going to need to try to give him 2 runs in the second qualifying to try to get him there. And pretty soon, even that may not be enough, frankly. So, yeah, Holgerson down in 5th, but less than 2/10 behind Gabler. So it's not like there's this big gap there or whatever. Yeah. For the first time, we don't make both drivers into the top half of the field. And it's just another indication how Will Baggs is... He's running a different race than Mia Holgerson now. Mia Holgerson's a contender. Will Baggs is like, I hope I can get some points somehow. And that's about it. So Hammer has Gabler in first, and that's it. Lori has... Lori is in third for Spartan, and then Atsuno has Hashimoto in fourth, and Tanaka in ninth. So it looks like all of us have a driver up near the top. All the top 4 teams, with Parisi from Oberhof also crashing that party. No one team really dominating or doing better than the others. Okay, so we got a little bit of rain for Saturday. Let's see how that sits with our only performer now, Mia Holgerson. Nothing for Baggs to do. Now let's take a look at our weather. Grip's medium, but that's going to go away. This rain is going to last for the first part, and that's going to go away. So I think the question is, can I get in 2 runs? I don't think so. So you know what? I think I'm just going to go out. 5 sets of inters is playing. I'm just going to go out on inters right now. Just set a time. Then I'm going to come back in and do one on softs. With only the one driver, I can go down closer to 2 minutes. I'm thinking, like, if it's dry at the end, which I'm hoping it's going to be, go down to like 2:15 or so. 2:10. 2:10, I think, and then go out there for that last set. But that's later. Right now, we're just trying to get a time on inters. Let's see how much slower these are than the 137.5, just under. that Gabler set yesterday, or not even yesterday, earlier in the day. You see again, it's taken about 2 minutes to get around. Yeah, I'm going to go with 2:15 at the end, just to be safe. A few seconds either way isn't going to make a huge difference. It is still raining. It's going to slowly go down, but I think Inter is definitely the best to be using here. And Holgersson at over 7. So, I mean, I was close enough to the pace that I may have a shot at one of the top spots. Although look at Hashimoto, 2/10 ahead. Holgersson for an instant had the best second segment, and then Hashimoto right behind. Form is dropping as well. And yeah, 3/4 of a second behind Hashimoto. Blasi just ahead. Faster than Hume, faster than Rodriguez. So we're going to have a couple minutes at least to sit in the pits, but not much. You can see Hashimoto's time not much slower than Gabler actually was on the hard one, so that's interesting. And yeah, we're real competitive with everybody except for Hashimoto. But if we can get second, that's still very much open to us. If we can get second place, you know, beat out Blasi and the rest of these. You know, Blasi, Tanaka, and Dutt is what it looks like. Gabler having a bad lap. If we could beat out them and get second, I mean, there's 650k riding on that. So, let's see how that goes for us. And they're starting to go out. Blasi is out. Hume is out. I am going to need to do the tire change. Let's see how long that's going to take. 3 seconds. Okay, we'll send it out at 2:20. There goes Hashimoto and Rodriguez. Tanaka. I'm sure you can too. I'm counting on it, in fact. There we go, 2:20. Hitting our mark perfectly here so far. Timing should be just about perfect. And everybody is out on the track now. It looks like we're last. Looks like we're the last car out. Which is exactly what I want to be. As long as I don't get caught in traffic. This is going to be perfect. Of course, it all depends on what Mia does. You back up to 6.9 in the form, which is encouraging. You never can, you know, fully predict what's going to be a good lap or a bad lap. But you can set the table, and the table is set. Oh, it's raining again. Well, that totally sucks. Why did I not see that? It's raining again at the very end, and now it's going to screw me. Being last is the worst position. Ugh. That's just terrible. I didn't see it coming. Somehow I'm still ahead of Hume's pace early on. Now I'm not. Oh, look at Holgersen fade down the field to the... Oh, boy. The rain at the tail end, and I actually finished well to get back up to 5th. But, ugh. In order to make this race not a fail financially for the bonus, I've now got to finish top 2 in the race, which I think I will. Yuck. So 5th and 11th, definitely our worst qualifying showing. Not the best session, but Hoffman will have a good race strategy. Going to be working late to improve for tomorrow. So everybody's like, nope, not giving it up. And great viewing angles from Munich. Okay, we have good weather. It's supposed to be down to 14 degrees. Is it? It is. 14, dry as can be, low track grip to start, improving later on. Okay. So, definitely going with the soft tires and the race trim. And of course, we didn't have any bonuses in qualifying other than the tires. So, there is that. I think we're going for a one-stop start here. Well, yeah, probably not. Probably going 2 stops. Because of, I mean, we're not going to get 22 laps out of this. Going to be a few less than that, probably. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, I don't think I want to carry the fuel for a one-stop. I want to carry for a 2-stop. Okay, so that means I want to get through 15 laps. I think I'd like to do a 15, 14, 14 type of deal. And if you figure we get 10 of them on hybrid, then we need the fuel for another 5. Let's call it 7 laps of fuel for Holgersen. Now, I'm assuming she's not going to be able to charge at all. I think I can go a little bit lower with Bags. I'm going to set him down at 5. And the reason for that is he's not going to be up at the lead. So when he charges, he's actually going to get something out of it. And 5 might even be too much, to be frank. So, now the other thing is, yeah, he probably should go with a 2-stop strategy. Only push for those first couple laps. Yeah, let's do that. So if you want to get to lap 22, enough fuel for 12 laps. Yeah, you stick with 7 as well, with the idea that, now go with 8. But the idea is you're going to be able to charge more. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work, but it's what I'm going for. We're going to push for the first couple laps, of course, and then Mia's going to come in quite a bit sooner. Bag's going to try to stay out there and see if he can get this done on one stop. So, yeah, Tanaka and Parisi looking pretty good in the front. Rodriguez beside us looking okay. Hashimoto pretty good. But, you know, Holgerson looking as good as any of the top drivers. Well, Lori is right behind him. She's strong. Gabler, not so much. Dutt looking good. So a mix of the good and the bad. And then Baggs, a little subpar, and we'll see how he does back in the middle of the field. We'll definitely be riding with Holgerson to start, and we'll be going hybrid at the beginning, as always. And Holgerson doing well. Baggs gets up to 10th also. Whoa, and who is that going wide on the first turn? Looks like it was Hashimoto. It was Hashimoto. So we're up to 3rd and 9th. Now fighting for 4th with Hume is Mia Holgerson. And getting the spot, at least for the moment, as we head through this little chicane. Getting to the inside around Parisi. And now we're trying to track down the leader. So that's a heck of a start. Baggs now back to 12th. So he's not winning any awards. And look at Holgerson fighting for the lead now. Coming up on the outside is, oh, Tanaka. No, Tanaka didn't get it. I got the cars mixed up for a second. Holgerson is there with the lead after the first lap. And now Tanaka trying to catch with that. Now we've got to go back to neutral on the tires now, or we're going to bake them. And when Holgerson does that, she's losing spots. But let everybody else burn up their battery. If that's what they really want to do, let them burn it. Let them have some fun. He's having trouble staying with the more aggressive drivers. As Holgerson did have the lead, but now, I mean, looks like 3rd at best. I'm probably going to lose that spot as we shift down. And one of the things about going with a low fuel strategy is you just can't afford to go for broke. Maybe we'll hang on to 3rd. But still, you can see, like, Tanaka and Gabler basically tied there. Less than half a second back. Whoa. Cruz sliding by, but still, I mean, we're close. We're up with the lead pack, while Baggs is back in 10th. Let's take a look at him. And he's trying to work his way up. But again, right now, everybody's so much more aggressive. I think if he can just hold his spot there. Lots of cars right in front, lots of cars behind. If he can hold his spot, and then just, you know, maybe in a little bit while later try to make a move. And whoa, I did not mean to go that long on hybrid. Let's go harvest and use up some of this fuel. Only a little bit longer than I wanted to go, but still, you see Holgerson, she's not going to harvest much up there. She'll get some, but not a lot. Whereas Baggs, he's going to be able to pick up some more energy for sure. So again, the different strengths of drivers, the strategy for them is going to diverge as this season goes on, and it's really going to drive me up the wall. So we've got Gabler and Cruz now in front, as Hammer really looking dominant. And if that were to maintain, they would actually take the points lead on the season. We can't let that happen. If they're going to run great on this track, then we need to win and have them finish 2nd and 3rd to at least neutralize how much they're going to gain. Then, of course, for Baggs, anywhere in the points would be just fine. But he's a long ways back from that now, 10th and 11th. I also don't want to push the tires for Baggs because he's going on a one-stop strategy. But I don't mind doing it for Gabler, because she's going to stop twice. trying to use that to stay ahead of Cruz here in second position. And Hammer would still win the race if we finished second. They were first and third, but we would maintain our points lead. Bag struggling with Rodriguez and Dutt here in the middle of the racetrack. Whoa, look at that. Little slingshot pass trying to get by them both. And he is by them both, at least for the time being. So some nice racing there from him. We're going to have to back off again with Holgersen. But we are less than a second behind Gabler, and we've opened up a little bit of a gap on Cruz. But we're feeling just fine there. Do not want to push the tires at all with Bag so that he can get through his stint here. And if you look at the, I mean, Holgersen's got stronger form than Gabler. Gabler's driving more aggressively. She's got a fraction of the energy. So we're feeling good about all of that. I feel like Mia Holgersen definitely in good position to win this race. Bags trying to get around Parisi here. It looks like he failed again. He had the spot and then lost it. I'd like to get more aggressive with him, but I don't know that I can. I'm going to go hybrid with Holgersen soon. It's not quite yet. And, yeah, fuel could definitely get interesting for Bags. I want to set him on hybrid for a while. Holgersen, go hybrid. I still want to get you to 15, and so I don't think I want to push the tires for her at all either. Her tires could get interesting. I think I just want to sit here in neutral. Really, for both cars, neutral it is. And I don't know if Bags is going to have the tires to get as far as I want him to. Matter of fact, I'm pretty confident he's not. So I think he's going to have to stop twice also. Which means I should go with high and push on him and try to get him up through the field. It's okay. You're just going to be using that hybrid energy. And Bags up to 7th now. And Holgersen there, lap 10, takes the lead. If you look at Gabler behind, driving worse, doesn't have as much energy. You know, and is not going as aggressive now, but has less tire to work with. So, really going to be in trouble there, I believe. I want to track Bags' tire usage here. think I want to get him to lap 16 if I can. He's at 55 right now. I'm trying to get past Sevilla, which would put him in position to get some points. And had it for a second, then lost it. But yeah, I think he's got enough tires to keep riding like this. Holgerson now almost a second ahead of Gabler and Cruz. Hold on, let's see if Bags is going to hold this. Nope. He's going to lose it again. And winning would still put it, I mean, having Spartan not do well, having Wolfhagen up there, I mean, we wouldn't win the race, but would actually extend our lead. I mean, that I could live with. It's not what I want, but I could live with it. Only about 3 more laps to go. I think I want to push these tires the rest of the way and get whatever speed I can. Try to extend this lead. And tires get a little hot for Bags, who is up in 6th now. That would give us 11 points, and look at that, we would tie the race. I'm going to shift Bags back down to neutral. I'm just a little bit concerned with as much weight stripping as we're doing about running too much aggressively too early. Yeah, and I'm going to... Wait, do I want to shift down? Nope, I think I'm just going to stop after the next lap, possibly, on Holgerson. Let's see how much energy she has. She's probably going to have to stop after the next lap, a lap earlier than I wanted to. Let's push a little more with Bags. So 1st and 6th is where we are, and we're 2 seconds ahead now. Oh, there's Lori getting up a spot. Yeah, there's some drivers that are gonna come in. And where are we? We've got to decide real soon. 7%. 6. I think I can make another lap. So I'm going to. Hopefully I don't pay a price for this. Egads. You know what? I think I better go low. And then pit. Okay, so... let's go with our next set. Now, how much fuel? We want to get 14 more laps. We're not going to have much battery charge. Not going to plan on getting a bunch of it either. If we have a bunch of, you know, harvesting energy that we get from having sit back further in the pack, then we just use it on the next time around. Let's go with 13. You use it on the final stint is what I mean. Just use that extra then. But I think here's where we want to be. Yep, 19-second stop. Bag should be fine. But here comes Holgerson. Less than half a lap of fuel. why I shifted her to low, just to make sure she's got enough to get in. There's Lori, 2 seconds behind. And not planning on coming in yet. So we'll spend some time back. And yeah, we're definitely made the right move. Shifting to low. Out of fuel around the final turn, so we're going to lose a bit of time there. Good pit stop. We'll go medium and push. Bags is up to 4th as he'll come around for his stop. And of course, I don't think he needs as much. He wants to come in about 29. He should be able to do more on hybrid. This will be 16 laps. So I want to get maybe 13, 14 out of this. He should need more than 9, if that. So let's go there. Go ahead and push those tires for the rest of this lap. Boy, Holgerson all the way down to 15th. So, but tops among cars that have come in. Most of the cars just have not done that yet. Since there's nobody in front of you, go neutral. You've got lots of track. Don't push it. Save the pushing for when you need it. And thankfully, Holgerson running great today. She's up to 8.9. I believe she's still the top form driver in the field. Hashimoto looking good, but had that bad turn at the beginning. Tanaka looking good. Oh, Trenoweth at 9.1, but Trenoweth is not much of a threat. So now both drivers harvesting in 12th and 14th. And Bags is in traffic, so I want to keep him on push. Yeah, let's get ahead of Capello if we can. That's not Capello, Gabler. Wow, Bags right behind Gabler, that's a thing. And Gabler definitely catching up right now to Holgerson. The other thing is we are just eating energy right now, which is great. Actually makes it arguably better to pit early, relatively. 9.1 and then Bags at 5.9. Now Lori has come in and comes out ahead of Holgerson. So I think Lori must have taken on less fuel, which is going to be interesting. Faster now, but maybe we'll have a faster, pit stop or something going, like more energy or whatnot going into the end of the race. So Lori with the edge at the moment. But will it hold? That remains to be seen. And oh, Bags, back off. Went too far with the tires there, and it didn't get the job done anyway. Here comes some more into the pits. Now the gravy train in terms of energy going to start tapering off now. As we're up to 8th and 10th. 2nd and 4th among drivers who have come in. Alright. Wait a little bit too long here, but Holgerson, you get by. by Capello. And nobody else in range, so go ahead and switch back to neutral. Laurie a few seconds ahead, a few seconds for Maury. Okay, Cruz has gone in. Sixth and ninth, still second and fourth among cars who have made their pit stop. So Baggs doing surprisingly well here. Only about 3 seconds back of Holgerson. So some of these cars on medium tires and maybe even Sevilla might be trying to go with a one-stop strategy. Interesting to see how that works out for them. We've got a lot of different considerations now at play. .6 for Holgerson. Optimally speaking, I'd like to be stopping around lap 29 or 30. But we'll see how that plays out. Fourth and sixth now. Still second and fourth among drivers who've come in. Baggs has gotten by Capello. Holgerson seems to be doing relatively competitive as well as she's driving with Laurie. Slowly fading back, about 5 seconds back. Let's see, where's Laurie on energy? Okay, Laurie's driving more aggressively, has somewhat less energy. 9.9. Yeah, I think I pretty much want to push the rest here. And let's see if Baggs can get possibly past Gabler. I mean, we tried it earlier, didn't get it. Let's try it again here. Yeah, looks like Kaluza and Wood and Capello going for a one-stop strategy here. And now Holgerson literally in the zone at 10.0. Baggs at 5.8 is not nothing. And now they go in. Laurie takes the lead. Holgerson second, Baggs fourth. Now you wait to see what happens with that pit strategy. But if that holds, Spartan wins the race. We're second, Hammer third. All pretty close together. Atsuno a little bit further back in fourth. Our lead of 7 points shrinks to 6 over Spartan. So it's important for Holgerson to beat Laurie. And that's basically going to determine the team winner of this race, it looks like, as well. And Laurie now driving more aggressively to try and, just stay out there in front, that 5-second gap. And Baggs, what are you doing? Screwing up again with your tires because I don't know how to manage, apparently. And Holgerson now sort of coming down from that cloud. Down at 9.1, now 9.0. Baggs down to 5.1. I'm going to back off and go neutral here a bit. So right now, I'd like to bring in Holgersen lap 29. I don't plan on her doing anything but just using up her fuel. And even at that, it ended up being, like, I think one lap too much. And then Bag's coming in at 30, and he's going to have to go on hybrid for some time. A little over the halfway point here, so there's quite a lot of racing left to do. The 4.5 to 5 second gap seems to be holding pretty steady. What's our condition at? I think we're good enough. I want to switch up to high here for a bit. I just want to use up some of this fuel. Switch to high just for like a lap maybe. Let's go ahead and go hybrid, Bags. Still not making much of a dent. In that lead that Lori's got. I think about there is where I want to stop it. Did get it down some there. Got it down to, low 4s, but I've got to back off. I do have somewhat more energy. We see 8.4, 8.5. Have somewhat more energy, but it looks like Lori could have this. I may not be able to stop it. I should be able to get second at least and get the bonus. But could possibly lose a tad bit of that lead. And of course, some of that depends on Bags too. Can he stay where he's at? I mean, losing 1 point of the lead, not huge, but I'd like to extend it rather than lose it, obviously. This is lap 28. I want to come in after the next one. Okay, let's burn more. I miscalculated by a lap. Let's go after it. And yeah, you go ahead and push a little more. You got a couple laps left. Although at this point, I'm going to change up and say it's not worth it. And here's Holgersen down to, again, a little over 4 laps. We're going to make that final stop. Okay. End of 29. 14 laps to go. 42% charge. I think we're going to need 10 laps of fuel. See if we can make it work with 9.82. And how much we were able to push on that and everything really going to depend on how far back we are and how much hybrid we get. Bag's more or less going to have just enough hybrid to get around the laps that he needs, I believe. Maybe even not quite enough. We'll watch him closely. Holgersen pushed to the very end. He lost back some time there. Yeah, we're going to run out of hybrids sometime during this lap, but we should have enough to finish. So Bags temporarily up to third. 13 laps. Going to be back a little bit further, but not that far. And doesn't have nearly the energy. We'll go with 11. And out comes Holgersen in 12th at the moment. Good grief. Well, we're going to be burning through that fuel for a few laps. Then going hybrid at the end. I'm just not sure. I don't want to push it because I'm not sure where we're at. And we're several seconds behind, so we just want to run solid. Bags about to come in. And we're the first driver to go in for their second stop. So, you don't really know where Holgersen's going to sit till we see who else comes in and when. I honestly thought we'd have more coming in right now. Bags getting some pressure. Let's push the tires a little bit to get away from that. And Holgersen, go neutral. Because yours are getting a bit baked. Okay, so we're 9th. Still waiting to see who all else will come in. I mean, the other drivers aren't going to be able to, and we're more like spreading out the wear on our tires. I think that's to our benefit. Let's find out. And okay, there now we got Parisi in. So we're up to 8th and 13th. Of course, tops among drivers who've come in twice. We're 7 seconds behind Dutch, so all kinds of time there. Laurie driving really aggressive. Not sure that makes sense with what all's going on here. We'll see. To see how this goes. Bags now has to back off in 13th, but he's got a decent gap in front and behind. And Holgersen amassing some decent amount there. You can go like 4 laps or so, I think, on that amount left over. I think I'm going to go aggressive for a lap. I'm going to go back up to high for a lap and just try to gain some time. This may not be the best point to do it, but, you know, I could, by gaining little bits, I could be just in front of somebody instead of just behind them when, you know, when they come out of the pits. And it also, obviously, burning more fuel makes you faster the rest of the race. So, we'll see, but that's what I'm going with for the moment. Still gaining a decent amount in 8th, and of course Bags in 12th, but a decent amount of hybrid. And here comes Gabler in. There we go, and I'll back off for a lap. We've got 10 to go. And it's 7th and 12th as Holgersen... Yeah, Holgersen came out 3 seconds behind. So that probably gave us a little bit more of a comfort zone as she is coming up behind us. The others are going to be coming in soon. So let's push on the tires for a bit here now for Holgersen. Try to maintain that gap with Gabler. Don't give her any encouragement that she's going to be able to catch us. Okay, here comes Lori into the pits. Hashimoto needing repairs. And Holgersen up to 5th. Bags to 10th. So Lori comes out 6 seconds ahead. Well, shoot, I mean, Lori just looks better this race, frankly. But Dutt, Sevilla, Cruz, you know, getting past them, at least Dutt, and then, yeah, Sevilla and Cruz almost certainly have to come in. So Bags is back to 9th, and he's in some traffic. So let's have him do something about that. Let's see, 7, 9. I don't really want to have him push the engine, but he can push with the tires. Now Holgersen's got to back off on her tires. Trying to narrow that gap with Dutt, but not really succeeding. Dutt is driving really aggressive and has no energy left. So, let's see, about 5. Yeah, I've definitely got enough to at least try to push for another lap or two. Matter of fact, I think I want to push until I go hybrid now with Holgersen. I think it's that time. We're at 5th and 8th. Who's going to make it through? And who isn't? Seven laps for Holgersen. Lori has retaken the lead. But right now, frankly, I'm just more concerned about the cars behind Lori, between myself and Lori. And there goes Cruz into the pits. So that's 4th. And Kaluza also went in. 4th and 6th now. And that would put us right in the middle of teams not named Spartan. But I think Sevilla's going to have to pit. Now, when Sevilla pits, then we'll start getting a real handle on the team race there. And definitely want to go hybrid now. Probably a little bit later than I wanted to do it with Holgersen. Gonna have to watch the numbers here real closely, but I think we're going push the rest of the way, push the tires when we can or need to, gain as much time as we can. 2.5 seconds now on Dutt. That was 2 seconds bigger than that. I think we passed Dutt, and Sevilla has to pit again. I think, because whether Dutt stays out or not, I think we pass her. 53% now for, boy, yeah, got quite a lot of fuel here. Let's go high with Bags again. Ooh, boy, you don't really have the car to go high. Okay. Stick with medium then. Just try to hold your spot in 6th. That's a point. It's more, actually, via pits, it's probably more than a point. So let's push where we can. Okay, and Dutt now having mechanical problems. Less than 2 seconds behind, so it's just a question of when we get close enough. Yes, indeed. Boy, down to just over 3 laps to go and still not able... I mean, Sevilla's still out there. I can't believe she's going to try to make it around here. There she goes. Okay, just over a lap. Let's go push on the tires. It's time for that final push from Holgersen. Parts are starting to feel it, but they're not bad. Switch back to neutral here. I said switch back to neutral here. So we are 3rd and 5th at the moment. And still would finish in a big tie for 2nd behind Spartan in the race. And there's that 650k we need. Ahead of Jarita Dutt, who is coming into the pit anyway. Okay. So that's 2nd. Yeah, I should have pushed the tires a little earlier probably here. Maybe gone hybrid. Yeah, I should have gone hybrid a little bit earlier. And there's bags up to 4th. I think that's where we're going to finish. If we finish 2nd and 4th... Yep. Spartan beats us by a point. Hammer a point behind. So in other words, not our best race, but not horrible either. You can go ahead and push. But yeah, Lori just beat us. Just outdrove us, and you know, just Holgersen, even when she was driving great, could not catch up. Let's go ahead and go all out. Well, no, we don't really have the fuel to go all out, so let's not. Yeah, and even falling further behind now. So Maxime Lori, look, deserved win. You know, and getting bags up in 4th is about as good as we can expect. So just go down to medium here. Make sure we get across that finish line. There we go, .03. I mean, could have done a few things a little bit better, but I don't think we could have beaten Lori today. That's okay, I guess. You know, for someone whose, you know, abilities have gone in the tank like yours have, and obviously I didn't manage his energy and fuel nearly as well, but that's a good showing, Bags. 4th is good for you. Okay, yeah, 10 seconds behind. The fastest lap goes to Hammer, unfortunately, Lissandro Cruz. Tanaka on the pole, which is fine. They weren't a major rival. And now Laurie and Holgerson tied for the points lead. For some reason, Laurie getting the tiebreaker there, and Baggs hanging in 5th. We could have a real rivalry developing here. That could be interesting. So yeah, 6-point lead over Spartan, and then another 8 back to Hammer, 5 more to Atsuno. We're definitely probably going to be driving against Spartan the rest of the way. They gained 1 point on us here. It's a third of the way through the season. Got double points that last race. Yeah, so we're in solid position, but a long ways from home. Spartan is definitely, I'm not breathing down our neck, but there's some serious competition there. Blasi, felt like we could have won it today. Nope. Okay, so more declining skills, of course, for Baggs. Holgerson seeing some modest gains, but not enough to make any difference this year. And we came second. They were expecting third. So we did boost the happiness back up and got a bit of markability. And then we get the nice gain there. That'll definitely help pay for our suspensions. Speaking of which, there's another one built. Okay, so Phoenix is going to be next. Usually hot, almost always fast. So we're into the sort of the speedway part of the series, and much that is left to be determined. Can Wolfhangen hold on to this not that big at all, really, lead at the top? Can we hold off Spartan, or are they going to turn this event in Munich into more of a long-term trend and become a serious threat to take away the title? So that'll be what we're looking at next time. Till then, thanks for watching. Phoenix will be coming up soon.